Hi, and thanks for tuning in again. Today we're going to talk about flashlights, lighting in general, I guess. Not sort of camp lighting, but more personal, sort of on-body carry kind of lighting. This sort of technology has changed a fair bit in the last couple of years. Battery technology's moved on a fair bit, as has bulb technology. With we used to all use halogen incandescent kind of bulbs in our flashlights, and now it's all Cree and high-powered LEDs. I'm pretty sure every man and his dog used to have a mag light knocking around at one point in time. The old AA ones like this. This one's actually had an LED upgrade to 3 LEDs, but it's actually rubbish, I have to say. It's got no range on it whatsoever. It's okay for reading a map or something, but that's about it. CR123s still used in some sort of military lighting, not so much in the kind of domestic market so much anymore. The CR123s are great. They've got a very long battery life, sort of like 10-year shelf life, I think, and they don't discharge over time. So when you pick up a torch with a CR123, you pretty much know it's going to work. This is an LED with a CR123, so it's a pretty good light. Don't really use it as my sort of EDC anymore, but they're not too bad all the same. My kind of lighting, not so much EDC, but my main three sort of lighting sort of choices are sort of two, sort of a primary and a secondary flashlight and a head torch. So my main flashlight is an Olight. It's called a Warrior Mini. That's it there. It's got a pocket clip on it. It's got two modes of operation. It's got a little switch at the front and a tail cap switch at the back. You can set it up a couple of different ways. Mine's set up for moonlight mode on the front button, which is very, very dim, but perfect in the dark if you just want to get your keys in the door, that kind of thing. And then the back has got two modes, so one click is very bright on, and and press and hold is the strobe mode. Again, very, very, very bright. Recharging with these is brilliant. It's literally a magnet onto the back, and then you've got a USB-A plug which you can plug into a like an iPhone charger or a battery pack like this little Gold Zero one here. You can plug it into that and recharge it off of that. The battery life is really long. The base is also magnetic, so you can hang it above something, if you want to use it to work on something. So that's my main light. And like I said, I use it every day. It's winter here in Australia, so every day I go walking, this is what I take with me. Secondary to that, usually in my bag, is this one here, which is, again, it's an Olight. It's a single AAA battery, and again it's got a low mode, and then it's got a pretty high mode as well. And it's a momentary and an on and off, so you can keep it on and stick it in your mouth if you need to do something. And then finally, my head torch that I use is a Black Diamond dual fuel spot. Dual fuel is their kind of newer range. This uses 3 AAAs, but also can take a Black Diamond battery pack. It's got a BD 1500. Those aren't actually available in Australia as of yet, I don't think. My local supplier said that they reckon it'll be sort of August before they start getting the battery packs in. But great little light, small, lightweight. It's got 3 modes. It's got a very bright spot which you can adjust the brightness on. It's got a proximity light, they call it, for sort of close-up work, which is also an LED, and then you've got a little red LED for sort of night vision preservation, that kind of thing. And then you can give it a good tap on the side, and no matter what mode you're in, it will give you the full brightness in that mode. So if you've got your spotlight on but it's only quite dim, one tap on the side of it will then bump that up to full power, which is pretty neat. And then in my vehicle, I just keep this in the glove box. This is an Inova headlamp. It uses the CR123 battery, but it's got a couple of little neat features. So it's got obviously the normal white, bright and strobe and everything else, but it's also got kind of a almost like a road flasher distress function, sort of like a warning light that if you're broken down at night, it's a pretty handy thing to have. It's got a fast mode, and then it's also got a slow mode of the same thing as well, which flashes on. It's got a normal red as well for night vision, and it also clicks out of there, and it's got a pocket clip on it, so you can clip it onto your backpack. You can clip it onto your back of your trousers if you're changing a tire or something like that. It's good little light, and quite a few little uses for that. And then also in the Olight kind of thing, which is if I'm going camping, I'll usually chuck one of these in my backpack. These are called Olight bulbs, and they're waterproof. They use the same magnet as well to charge, and they're just a press down to operate. So it's got a couple of modes. That's white bright. This one here is on red, so you get a red light. You can hang them above. You can magnet them onto your tailgate or onto somewhere where you're cooking or something like that. Give you a little bit of extra light, but great little lights to have. Not very expensive, and worth having a couple in your kit. If I'm doing cooking and stuff or making a brew, I use these overhead to give me some downlight onto your prep area or something like that. These came from MacPack originally. I think there's probably a few different people that make them, but they were like $2, and it uses a single AA battery. Again, it looks just like a light bulb. It's got a little hook on it, and it works great. And like I said, perfect for food prep or when you're making a brew or something like that. Batteries last for ages. A couple of other modes which I don't really use, like the flashing mode, but great little idea. And whereas something like this is the Goal Zero Lighthouse, is a great light, and it can hang from things and it can stand up. It's good round camp, but it's not good if you're cooking, really. It'll only throw out light to the side. It won't, you can't hang it and then it throw light down onto what you're cooking, which is a bit of a shame. It's got a few other features that are pretty handy though, that you can recharge it from USB, but you can also charge it via the dynamo crank handle, give it a bit of welly and charge it up there so it doesn't really run out. So that's a pretty handy thing to take with you. And then if I am backpacking, this is what I take. I chuck one of these in my pack. This is the Black Diamond lantern. Works pretty well. This one is AA's. It's not rechargeable, but it's a good little packable light. It'll hang from these hooks here as well if you want it to, and comes in a couple of sizes. This is the larger of the two sizes. So yeah, highly recommended. And then the only other thing I would always take in my pack if I'm camping is a couple of light sticks. These are from Survival Supplies Australia in Perth here. These are the 12-hour greens, so usually worth setting off one of these in the evening and then using it in your swag or your bivvy, your tent or whatever as a night light. If you need to get up in the night, it'll help you get out of your swag and find your way if you haven't got your flashlight right there. But yeah, lots of options. That's what I use. I'm sure everyone has their own favourites, but certainly the Olights are kind of my choice at the moment. Olight Australia are always having sales. Worth checking their website out. Seems like every week or two they've got another special on where you can pick up 2 lights for the price of 1 or something crazy like that, whatever they do. So yeah, highly recommended. Haven't found a problem with them as yet. I've got 3 or 4 of them, and the same Black Diamond head torches, great. Highly recommend those as well. So yeah, like and subscribe, do all that kind of thing down below. We're pretty new to this, so Jerry and I have got some trips planned coming up reasonably soon. We'll get out and you'll see some of this gear in use kind of out in the bush. But yeah, any questions, let us know, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.